How are you doing, everybody? Welcome to ROM Hack Races, week 337. That's a very big number. It is. Hi, uh, BD and Fain are here. Hi.
Hi.
Uh, we're here. Glitch is taking the week off. I believe Glitch is going to see Buckethead, which is a honestly phenomenal way to spend a Saturday night. Uh, but that means Glitch is not here, which means that we're going to be here to talk you through this week's ROM Hack Race, week number 337, Lost in Blue by Evil Admiral Kivy. And let me tell you, this level is going to be an adventure for everybody. I know what it is, and I'm very excited to see what we're about tonight. But first of all, Fane, how are you doing?
Not too bad. I actually don't know what this level is like, so I'm going to be surprised.
You were going to love this. I did see Fail mention in the ROM Hack Races Discord that they have a hint about what this might be because they've been playing Dupu World 2, which is by Evil Admiral Kivy. Kivy also having made for us a level well, I guess 47 weeks ago is a few weeks ago, but motor issues. Uh, yeah, we're at the point now where if we say a few weeks ago, we could mean anything from 5 to 40 years, which is an absolutely wild thing to say. But if this is your first one with us, welcome. Here's what you're in for. We have 9 racers signed up to race this level by Evil Admiral Kivy. We have B2DE81, Bunker Games 82. Those are next to each other very purposefully. Ender of Games, Germ Dove, Ike S&B, Louis Doucet, Revelug, Seocadelic, and You Fail Me. They are all going to race a level they've never seen before, which you are seeing the title screen of right here. This is I want to get it right. This level is rated, I want to say, it ended up reading 5 out of 6. It was a 4 for execution and a 6 for complexity. So it ended up being a 5 average, but this level's going to be interesting. Let's just leave it at that. This level's going to be very
Mhm.
interesting.
Yep, we've got 6 sections too, so the racers do know that, and
Yes,
they know what to expect.
it is going to be a wild ride. So if you are here, we are happy you're here. We have Revelug, we have Germ Dove, You Found Me, Seocadelic. Welcome, by the way, welcome back. What's up, Dot? Sitting in on the restream while Fane and I yap about this level. Everyone, please give some love to Dot for being here to help, shall we say, bring this all together. Also, want to give a huge shout out to our scouts tonight, Echo, Ravenna, and Starlord 861, who are helping make sure that we have for you the 4 racers that have made the most progress in the level. Everyone's racing at the same time, but we're going to get the first 4, and we're about to get started. So, in 3 seconds, it's time for some video games, y'all. Let's go.
Video
Lost in
games.
Blue. All right, what do you think this is going to be, Fane?
So I think that this is going to be a level where Mario is in the ocean and is trying to find his way out.
Sort of.
Okay, clearly that's wrong.
I don't know. You could interpret this as the
Uh,
ocean. Um, what we are witnessing tonight is the logical endpoint of level design. If you've
this
been
looks something.
following, it sure is something. If you've been following ROM hack races and SMW Kaizo over the past few years, as well as Maker and basically any other custom Mario, you'll know, as Germdove is already onto section 2, coins are used for a lot of different ways to indicate. Yellow coins usually mean follow this path, blue coins tend to mean spin jump, red coins usually mean danger. You see them spread out a lot throughout Kaizo. Kivy has taken that to its logical conclusion and made a level with only indicators.
That's impressive. So there's an entire level behind the behind this coin that you just can't see.
You can't see it. You cannot see
Huh.
it. You have to go exclusively off the indicators that Kivy has given you. And Ike and Germdove have made it to section 2. So Kivy did a great job for the scouts and put indicators on so that the scouts could know which section is which. And you family has found an orb, and that's what happens when you try and choose a level.
Well, that was unfortunate. Looks like you
It's
failed to
unfortunate,
have
but
to find a different way.
Yep, there's got to find a different way. So, what we're finding here as Bunker has now joined us on section 2, as well as Louis Douce coming in on section 2 as well. Our racers have to basically feel things out based on what it is that they are seeing from the indicators. So this is purely a level of feel.
That's amazing. And all sprites are invisible too, so you have no idea what you're interacting with at any given time, except by knowing how things should feel.
Right.
That's really cool.
It's very much a matter of like, do the actions given to you. So like, what is it? What are the different ways you can make these things happen? It honestly doesn't matter because all you have to do is just follow the indicators, quite literally.
Quite easy. And I see that Germdove in the upper right there has gotten to section 3 now.
Germdove has also found a cape, so we have a cape section as part of this. Look, blue has traditionally meant spin. I don't know who the first one. I don't know if it was Sweet Dude. I don't know if it was someone else, but blue coins have tended in SMW to mean spin jump, spin flight, what have you. So with cape, Germdove is taking that to mean, okay, I have to spin fly through here, and they're right.
It seems like the correct way to read that. And then some yellow coins to indicate regular flight.
It's true. All of our racers, by the way, have already cleared section 1, which awesome. huge gamer mentality for our 9 racers tonight. They're already past the first room. This will look much harder than it actually plays. I promise you.
We have Louis Douce coming in at section 3 on the lower left. And yeah, Ike on the lower right.
Also, according to our scouts, Ike is on it. Ender of Games also has entered section 3. So, and yeah, there's Ender. And just as they were swinging them out, Bunker switched over to section 3 as well. So, Racer's making good progress.
Yeah, this is very impressive performance from the racers.
It really is. And honestly, this is really, really well made by Givy. The fact that you can play this level at all. This isn't necessarily the most. Look at Louis absolutely obliterating the cave section.
Wow, already on section 4 out of 6.
Louis is schmoovin'.
Oh, is that a sticky fly that you have to do in that section? Is that what this setup is?
I believe it is.
Like. You can see Ike trying to set it up there.
So here's the thing. You called that. You called
and
that.
Ike getting it.
Yeah, and Ike getting it. And speeding up halfway through.
Wow, and Germdove, section 4 in the upper right.
So, okay. Full disclosure for everyone here who doesn't know that, Fane is 20 times the player I am when it comes to SMW Kaizo, and I will not let you argue that. That is a provable fact.
It's provable now, I say.
Yes, it is. We have the stats in the scout tool to prove it. What are your thoughts on indicators, just in general, as a player, but also as a maker?
I think that indicators, I'm the kind of person who prefers indicators to be minimal. I usually think that they kind of clog up the design a little bit. This may be the biggest exception that I have to that philosophy. This is really cool.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to our testers this week. Blue Ribbon High Life, Mythbillionaire, Mars, and Pierre. Eden tested this also. I want to believe... I think Java tested this as well as Louis joining. Louis moving. Louis is on section 5. Yeah, this is as Kerr points out, this is the logical endpoint of Mario Maker 2. This is where Mario Maker 2 was always going to go. And we've made it here. The room that Louie is on is very mean, and I want Fane to try and figure out if they can figure out why.
Oh, let's see. Well, I'll have to see what Louis does next.
Yeah.
It's very hard without sound cues, actually. That's the struggle that I'm having.
Yeah.
A lot of things. There's a shell. Oh, is that a shell? An invisible shell jump?
It might actually be an invisible shell jump.
Wow. We've had a lot of Mario Maker inspired levels recently, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you didn't,
That's awesome.
You did not catch, if you did not catch Ike's level last week, the Mario Maker versus level, it was a fun riot sprint of a level that was just really, really fun, but also really like accessible to anyone who wanted to play it. That was explicitly a Mario Maker level. This is implicitly a Mario Maker level, and I say that with all the love and respect to our cousins in the Maker community. As Louis is now trying to figure out what to do. For the record, if you are interested, at the conclusion of this race, Kivy has actually given us a version that has the Layer 1 viewable. And our scouts have it, so our scouts kind of have an idea of what is being asked, is what exactly is being asked of the racers, and so they're able to make a little bit more of a judgment call on what exactly it is. So we're going to share that at the end of the race with everyone, just so that they can check it out on their own. But suffice it to say, I've seen it, I'm looking at it, and yeah, Section 5 is kind of mean. And Louis figured it out!
Oh, good job, Louis.
Louis figured out exactly what this is. Fane, have you figured it out yet?
No, I haven't. I'm still working it out.
Okay.
What I am noticing, though, is that... Oh, there's nets in there. I didn't see that before.
Are you sure there's a net?
Oh, there's... Well, it's something climbable. A vine, maybe? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is a sky tree, isn't it?
What's the first thing Louis does when he walks into the room?
This is a sky tree.
This is an invisible sky tree. Louis just beat it.
Wow, good job, Louis. On to Section 6.
An invisible sky tree.
Oh, that's incredible. One thing I'm also noticing is that you better figure out what you're working with as you're going through, because if you get rid of those indicators, you don't have indicators anymore.
You really don't. If you collect the indicators, you lose your only visual cue for what you're supposed to do. Louis on the last section.
Wow.
Also, this music is perfect. This music is absolutely perfect. All right, Fail is joining us on Section 5. So we got Louis on Section 6. We have 4 racers on Section 5 right now. Ike, Germdove, Bunker, and Fail. Ender and Revelug are on Section 4. B2 is on Section 3. And CO is on Section 2. And X Gamer got a bit of a late start because of some technical stuff, is still on Section 1. Is Ike trying to invisible midair into the pipe instead of using it? Probably. Do you blame him?
Well, if I could do that, I certainly would.
I was about to say, it's like, if anyone can, it would be Ike Super Mario Ball.
Yeah, it's always impressive to see Ike play these races, because he has a very a very creative mind when it comes to trying to get through things, and it's always impressive to watch.
So I think Germ has figured out what it is that Kivy is asking for here, or at least knows that there's supposed to be something between those two columns of coins. Ike figured it out. Ike has joined Louis here on Section 6, and Section 6 is, we have saved the hardest for last. I will say that. Again, if you would like to see the levels, join the Discord, ! Discord in chat. You can join our Discord, and we will be posting the final actual versions of these levels. Because It's actually really, really incredible. Kivi built levels like normal, indicated them, and then made everything invisible. So there are actual levels underneath all of this. It's not just blocks. Like there's a full-blown level behind every single one of these sections that are races. And Louis is making some moves here. Louis is getting close. That's all I'll say. Louis is getting very, very close.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what even the like what different sprites they're interacting with, and it's really fascinating. Louis seems to be making some great progress on this.
Yeah.
Same with Ike.
Ike also on room 6, and ultimately, like, here's the interesting thing this level will teach you. It's that it doesn't matter what the sprite is if you know the movement you need to do. As Germdove got the vine, but I don't know if Germdove realized that you just need to. I don't know if Germdove made it all the way up. But Germdove has definitely realized what the room is now.
Yeah, Germdove definitely understands what to do. I think at this point it's just figuring out how to make the movements precise
same
enough.
With Fail.
It looks like we've got Germ Bunker, Fail, and Revelug on Section 5, Ender of Games, B2 on Section 4, CO and X Gamer on Section 2.
They're moving. People are making great progress on this.
And Germdove gets it in the upper right.
Germ has conquered the invisible sky tree. And now we got 3 racers. 4 racers. Bunker Games also has made it on Section 6. So we got all 4. We got 4 racers on stream right now that are all making moves on this final room.
It's a race.
It is. Well, we do not emphasize the competitiveness of these races. These races are for fun. These races are for. It's a gimmick to get everyone to come out and play some really cool stuff. That said, Louis doesn't care. Louis out here making huge moves and taking the win.
That is Louis' 80th first place.
Fail, by the way, just as Louis clears it, slots right in there back on Section 6. So we still have 4 racers here on Section 6 making their way through this. Honestly, I'm not even sure I could tell you what it is. By the way, fun fact, Thane, how many times do you think... Yeah, I saw it in chat, so that's a bit cheating. How many times do you think Louis won a ROM hack race?
I just said 80.
Yeah, there it is. That is Louis' 80th win. Which means, we've done, this is 337, which means roughly 1 out of every 4 ROM hack races we have ever held, Louis has won it. And there's Fail. Look at that. Fail coming from behind. Fail was the 5th person to make it to this room and has come all the way up and caught 2nd place. Less than a minute. And there, look, Rev. Holy moly, Rev. Where the heck did you come from?
Wow, and there's our podium.
That's the podium. 15-minute podium. Let's go.
Impressive.
That's huge. I mean, all 3 of those players are 3 of the best Kaizo players on the planet, without question. So the fact that they could take this, beat a level with literally nothing but the indication in 15 minutes or less. This is not a trivial level, even if you can see everything. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm piecing together what this looks like, just based on the coins, and it's not a trivial level.
Not in the least. All right, I'm gonna send you, just so that you have it, because I bet I need to take a look at it too. I think Ike has figured it out.
Go Ike.
And I see that last orb. That last orb. That's a silly little orb.
GGA.
All right, Fane. I just DM'd you a picture of the last room, so that if you want to take a look at it for yourself, you can. Meanwhile, we're gonna bring Ender of Games in here. Ender working on Section 4. Bunker and Germdove working on the final section, section 6. B2 here working on section 5, the Invisible Skytree. And knows what, and it appears that B2 is feeling it out, looking for, oh, okay, our Dot with the absolute, incredible restreaming. Just let us know in our little chat. If you download this level, which you can on our Discord, or if you go to rompackraces.com, you can download this and all 330 plus levels we've ever done. If you'll notice on the overworld, there were 2 levels. The second level is the full level, purely visible. So if you want to go back and play it after you've already beaten it and actually see what you're doing this time, then that will let you do that. But you got to earn it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could look at what you're doing, or hear me out on this. Germdove getting into that pipe and falling off.
And that's why you never take the first orb.
Gotta trust the coins. Gotta trust the coins.
Okay, honestly, fair play to Germ for doing that.
Mhm.
I see a world where, like, if they had just let that room go endlessly and you're just running into the blue void, like, that would be funny. It would be mean, but it would be funny. But in any case, yeah, look, Germ has found Lost and Found, and here we go. We can replay the level in its full visible glory.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. But Germ's not going to do that. I think Germ is going to go back and try and compare it 1-to-1.
Let's say hi to
by the
Sio
way-
coming in the upper right.
Yeah, Sio working on the cape room. By the way, remember how I said that this is Mario Maker? Mario Maker.
We've got Bunker clearing the upper left.
Nice, GG Bunker.
Congratulations, Bunker.
You might recall that Fail found an orb earlier that no one else seemed to find. That is a dev exit that Kiwi left in, and it's a troll dev. It's a troll dev exit. But it's there. You can find it.
It is there.
I think this is a Final Four. Like, I think everyone
it
is
is.
just crushing it so fast. Yeah, this is our Final Four. Absolutely. It's like, here's the thing, y'all. Fan and I have been doing this a long time. Like, a legitimately long time now.
Mhm.
If you told us that there would be a ROM hack race level that was literally just coin indicators and nothing else, I think we both would have laughed our faces off. And then been like, okay, yeah, but seriously, what is it? So, huge shout out to Kiwi for actually making the meme happen and making a really good level out of the meme.
Yeah, this looks very fair, very well designed. Thank you, Kiwi, for making this for us.
And if you've not played any of Kiwi's works, Dupu World 2, and then there's one with a really, really long, I think it's like making a level every day until Shine comes out, which is Kiwi's most recent work, which you might be able to figure out. They made while Dupu was working on Shine. Kiwi is an incredibly, like, when I think of Kiwi levels, I think of like really intricate, really well-made aesthetics, which makes this even funnier for me because there are literally no aesthetics to this level. Like, this is the purest level design possible in that there are zero aesthetics whatsoever outside of coin color. And Sio getting the sticky fly, and Sio's through the cape room.
Theo in section 4, let's do it.
Let's go. All right. We are 20 minutes in. We've already had 2 full podiums worth of clears tonight. Absolute. Honestly, like, y'all... I mean, if you want to see skill creep, just put a spreadsheet out of the average clear times of everyone and correlate it to the average difficulty of the levels, and, like, you can tell average level difficulty has gone up over time. Average clear times have gone so down. Like,
Yeah, I remember first starting racing, and I could never have thought that a level like this would have, 15-minute 2 podium clears.
it's really like y'all too good. Y'all are too good. That's simply the matter of it. Like we're trying to find ways to hold y'all back. You can't do it. We can't do it. You're all too good.
Yeah, we just keep throwing things at you, and you just keep crushing them.
Mhm.
It's really inspiring, quite earnestly.
Yeah, and it is a testament to the makers we have who are coming in and pushing everyone forward too. So, invented cheese through a bit. You know, it's funny, Crush You mentioned that. I don't think that's cheese. I don't think it's cheese. I think Kivy put that there on purpose, knowing that you would never be able to find it without seeing it.
Oh, well, now I have to go and see what that's referring to. I can see a few opportunities that you could cheese it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it cheese. I'd call it a goof. I'd call it a cheeky little goof.
Yeah, it's really neat.
See, the thing is, Crush, none of us would have known that was either a throwback or a Goomba that you were putting up there. If all we had were the coin indications. All we had were a throw coin.
And some good work here.
Nice. X Gamer pause buffering the sticky fly.
GGX Gamer, welcome to Section 4.
Yeah.
Got B2 and CO still working on no, it's Section 5. B2 and Ender working on Section 5. CO working on Section 4.
Yep. B2 and Ender, and both of them know both of them know what's being asked of them right now. Both of them know it is they are trying to grow something into that column of coins to climb up. Again, massive shout out to our testers this week: Blue Ribbon High Life, Mythrillionaire, Mars Empire, Eden, and Java. You could tell this was a well-made level when the testers see this and they're like, "Okay, bet."
when they see this and say, "Okay, bet," and also it's a 5.
Yeah. This is absolutely. This level makes me so happy. Like, it just makes me happy.
I think the music helps there.
The music definitely helps. Would it make me happy if it wasn't as well made? Probably not. It would make me laugh. I don't know if it would make me happy. All right, y'all. Well, this is kind of what we're kind of in a sort of a holding pattern right now while X Gamer and CO figure out this section, and B2 and Ender try and solve this invisible sky tree. So this is normally the part of the night where Glitch Cat would say something like, "How y'all doing?
How are you all doing?" One thing I'm kind of noticing is in the Skytree section, there's a block that I think you have to hit, if I'm reading the coins right. And it's very easy to miss that little 1 coin indicator showing where that block is.
It is. Plus, it's hard to tell whether that's a shell, if that's a coin block, or whatever it may be. All you know is throw. But yeah, it's been kind of a really cool week for SMW stuff. SMW Central is wrapping up, or just wrapped up, the old school level design contest. Had almost 60 entries. We had, I think, around 40 standard entries and around 20 Kaizo entries, which is going to be really, really cool. If you're not sure what old school level design contest is, it's literally you can only open Lunar Magic, and you can only use what's there. You can't change anything. You can't edit anything. All you can use is the Lunar Magic you had that you walked in the door with. As Ender has solved the Sky Tree and is now on the last section.
GG Ender. Let's close this out.
Ender.
I still haven't figured out what the end of the Sky Tree even is.
Well,
like if there's anything special you have to do.
I think that's the thing. I don't think there is. Honestly, I'm looking at it, and you basically called it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I won't spoil it fully for everyone, but I am going to link it here in our little chat, so that Fane can see just how close it was to getting it on the dot.
Ooh. Okay, I see what that coin is now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
You know
what the coin was is what I was getting stuck on.
Like, looking at this level because we're looking at the Lunar Magic version of it on our end, it's incredibly fair. Like, whatever you make of this, like whatever you think is happening right now, trust us when we tell you that the level being played is totally on the up and up. There's no gimmickry. There's nothing that's like underhanded. Everything in the level is honestly, it's perfectly acceptable, perfectly reasonable, well-made SMW Kaizo. You just can't see it, and that's where the confusion comes in.
I see X Gamer joined us on section 5 now.
Myth bringing something up that I don't know if anyone else caught. Myth said a little three-word phrase that is just unbelievably cursed if you don't know what you're looking for. There is an invisible chuck gate.
There is indeed an invisible chuck gate, and that does sound fairly cursed.
Invisible chuck gate.
I'm kind of picturing just an entire hack that is like this. I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea?
It sounds like a Light and Sayla hack.
It does. Could be a Kiwi hack.
Yeah, it could be. I think what Fail was referring to is that I believe there is a level like this in Dupu World 2. I have only seen bits of Dupu World 2. I have not seen the entirety of it. So I couldn't tell you if there is a level like this in Dupu World 2. If you have, please let us know in the chat. But you can tell Kivi's done this before. Like, you can tell Kivi's played with this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, it's very, very clear. This is a very well-designed level.
Mm-hmm. CEO just died to the invisible chuck gate.
Oh no. I was curious where the invisible chuck gate was. I didn't catch it on the first pass.
Mm-hmm. You can. So here's the thing. You can hear it. You can hear the sound of the chuck jumping and clapping.
Oh, that would be so hard for me because I usually use a visual cue for when to jump.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of us do. Like, I think a lot of us learned how to do chuck gates by watching, not by listening.
Yeah, there it is, CO.
So yeah, we're all learning. We're all kind of learning new ways to play levels we've played for a while before.
And Ender getting the clear.
There we go. GG, Ender of Games.
GG, Ender. Very well played.
and now moving on to Ender's gonna play the real thing for us. So we're gonna, if someone can go into Ender's chat and ask him to play the whole thing so that we can see it all with sight, that would be really appreciated, because I think it'd be really cool to show you all exactly what's behind the curtain here. So these red coins, typically used to indicate danger, they certainly do here. We have the invisible shell jump. And we're on to section 2. It's also so like, this is, if you ever wanted to know how to do good indication in your level design, this level, honestly, is a phenomenal exercise, because what Kivy has done is indicated where you need to be and what you need to be doing, rather than like. No, go ahead, Thane.
I was just going to say, like, I'm looking at the level and kind of thinking, what would we rate this if it were visible? And it's amazing how much of a difference there is.
Well,
but also not that much of a difference. Like,
yeah.
This is still pretty difficult.
It's pretty difficult, but it's also very, like, the difficulty. This is going to sound really weird. The difficulty in this level is not being able to see. It's like, it doesn't actually change that much when you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, you kind of are able to read it very instinctively based on the indicators, and that's, again, just a testament to the design of this kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
It does also help to be able to see, though.
Yeah, one thing I will say about this kind of level, look at that, look how well timed that was. That those were, like, those jumps were timed bill launches. They weren't static blocks. Kivy designed it so that it would line up that well.
Oh, and here we get to see the sky tree in all of its visible glory.
Oh,
that's a tight sky tree. Wow.
It is a tight sky tree, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a shell throw.
It's not a throw; it's a kick. That's what I think what people are realizing is, like, there's no kick indication. Like, there's just throw.
Yeah, very fair. Very fair.
Here's the final section.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And that was the part that was being asked, is that cheese? It's like, you can kind of see that it isn't really cheese, because there's no way you would have known to do that if you weren't there. And there it is. Ender has figured it out. And now Ender is through. And Ender, there's the troll orb. And here is... Oh, he's just going to take the troll orb. Oh, okay. That was smart.
Sure.
That was smart.
That's very smart.
You wouldn't have known to do that unless you could see what you were doing.
GG, Ender. GG.
GG, Ender. Thank you for showing that off for us. And again, huge thanks to... Huge thanks to Ender for playing that out. And thanks again to Evil Admiral Kivy for this just really cool level. Like, it's just cool.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
I don't know, Ender. You'll have to go and check it out. Oh, yep, there it is. Yeah. Myth beating it for me.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I know. Testers in chat just spoiling everything for us. Goodness gracious.
Oh, and B2 in the bottom getting through that pipe.
Let's go. Finally, B2 solving the sky tree.
That was a really big pipe, though, that we saw on Ender screen.
Mm-hmm. CEO just... Okay, by the way, CEO just got some really important knowledge, and I hope they're able to pick up on it. CEO, if you could listen to the audio cues on CEO, you can tell that CEO kicked it and then died to it. So CEO knows that you're kicking a shell or a throw block, very likely a shell, because it's ricocheting back and hitting you. So that is knowledge gained from CEO, if Theo's able to execute on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a level like this and the skills that you would have had to have picked up over time playing the game to understand kind of what you're feeling out. Like, I wonder, someone who could beat, has a skill to, like, comfortably beat these levels visibly, how much extra knowledge they would need to be able to do it just with the indicators. And it's interesting.
The thing about extra knowledge is that, like, I'm not sure there's anything. I'm not sure Kivi asks anything of the player that you have to see it to do. Right? Because
Yeah, I
even the
don't.
chuck gate, you would think, like, if you can pull off an invisible chuck gate and get it so that every racer tonight has cleared the invisible chuck gate in less than 40 minutes. Like, what does that say about the ability to indicate what a player needs to do?
It's very impressive.
It is very impressive, and it's honestly it's a very good lesson for makers of all experiences and skill levels. Like, what is it that a player needs to do? Like, how do you make the player do what you want them to do? Like, do you have to do something that they have to see? Or can you do something? All right, I think CO has learned everything they need to learn to put the pieces to this together. So now it is time for CO to assemble all of the pieces to this puzzle.
Yeah, CO has figured out all of the things to do. Just needs a little bit of execution there. I saw that B2 was skipping landing on that platform near the beginning. There's a great platform that falls, as Lunar Magic would say. And you can kind of just hold right against the right wall and skip landing back on it. But again, you're not necessarily going to know that that's what it looks like without a little bit of experimentation, and that's really cool.
I do not anticipate this being a normal way for making levels in the future. Like, I think I can say that with clarity. Like, I think I can say that I don't think there's going to be a lot of people. Oh, I think CO got it, but I don't think CO realized they got it. I think they grabbed it and then fell off the vine before they realized they actually held the vine.
Yeah, I think CO had that one.
So it's really just a matter of time now.
It is. Really what this is, it may not become the meta for SNW levels, which I think I'm okay with that.
CO's got it.
Yep, there it is. In that pipe. GG, CO.
Excellent.
Welcome to Section 6. But we might have a new opportunity for an SMW Central design contest. The indicator level design contest.
I don't trust anyone with this. I love y'all. I appreciate all the work you do. I don't trust any of you with this gimmick without having seen it first. Like, I'm not going to put a call out and ask people to play y'all's indicator-only levels without someone at least testing them and saying, okay, yeah, they're good. I love y'all. I have my limits.
So you just need judges. But
yeah, and that would be the last contest I ever have judges for, because they'd never play anything for me ever again. This is a QLDC. I mean, this is a QLDC level. That's what this is.
Yeah, it's a QLDC Kaizo level.
Which is another contest I will never actually... Amper, if you're listening to this, and I don't know if you're here or not, if you and I ever want to do a Kaizo QLDC level, we need to put into our heads that this is the tame version of what we might get.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. QLDC, for those who are not aware, is the questionable level design contest, which is a design contest that SMW Central puts on, where people can just put out their most creative, weird, off the wall, out of the box ideas, and it's always a lot of fun.
If you're wondering what a questionable level is, I tend to lean on what I call author blues' law when it comes to questionable levels, which is any level is questionable if the level makes the player say, "What the f?" If
That's
the
not
level
wrong.
accomplishes that, then it is a questionable level. Questionable is not an indicator of quality up or down. It is simply a way to elicit a reaction from a maker. And I will tell you, I can promise you that every single one of our racers at some point, either externally or internally, said, "What the F," when they pulled this up. They may have said it while smiling, they may have said it while not smiling, but this is a questionable level through and through. And it's also a very, very well made level. I want to say again, Kivy, awesome job with this.
Can I also say just how much I appreciate the Mario animation when he's holding an item, but you can't see the item. It just looks like he wants a handshake.
It's just like he's offering you something. He's like, "Hey, you want a drink?"
Yeah, and you know what? I would like a drink, Mario.
That'd be great.
I'm parched. In fact, I'm going to
Yeah, I
have some of
think
this water that's right next to me. Everyone should hydrate if they need to.
Please do, y'all. This is a hydration check. Just in general. Racers, if you're listening, I don't know why you're listening, but if you are listening, hydration check. Also, please stop listening.
Yep. Okay, now they're not listening. No.
They're not listening.
All right,
I think we're good. While we're go ahead.
We've got B2 and CO on Section 6. X Gamer on, I think that's Section 5.
This is Section 5, yeah. I think X Gamer is trying to... Oh! Okay, B2 has got through the Goomba. Now... Oh, B2 waiting just a little too long.
Oh, CO almost had that up in the upper right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this section is quite tough.
This section is tough when you can see things.
It almost looked like CO may have done that cheese a couple attempts ago.
It's possible. But I think B2 knows now. Oh, yeah, B2... Okay, B2 is... I think B2 knows everything. That last little small bounce regrab might be the least fair thing in the level, because you don't know that you need to do as a small bounce like right away, or you're gonna fall out. And all right, is moment of truth time for B2.
Moment of
we
truth.
have all learned something today. Follow the indicators.
Yeah,
the level
indicators
tells you
are there.
from the very beginning. Follow the indicators. But that is
It's like,
no, it's a 45-minute clear for B2. Well done.
well done, B2. You know, it's interesting because I've seen levels where everything that's indicated is where you don't want to be. I think this is the first time I've seen everything where the indicators are is where you want to be.
All right, CO is one jump away from clearing this. And I want to get... by the way, shout out to CO working on Bum Bum 4 design and like helping organize and run like an entire UFO 50 bingo league. Like, while also keeping their chops up. And like, just right there it is.
There it is.
And CO follows the indicators.
Good job, CO.
Good job, CO. 46-minute clear. And that's everyone. That's the entire level. And now CO's going to go through and play... I think CO's going for the dev exit. Yep, CO's going straight for the dev exit.
The good old dev exit.
Yep. And doing the honorable thing and taking the fake dev exit. We're gonna probably wrap this up and send the love to X Gamer because it's way more fun when there's one person racing with us left to go cheer him on or them on or her on from their own channel rather than watching them from here. So before we do that, before we do a sign off or anything like that, I want to give a quick special shout out. Next week, starting tomorrow actually, is I believe it actually is the last ever Game Over Cancer streaming marathon. Strizer86, who is a former KLDC judge and is an incredible player, streamer, force for good, has been putting out Game Over Cancer for years now, and this is going to be one of the last ones. But they're going out in style. This is the last one, yes. And you never want to say never in these things, but this is indicated to be the final ever Game Over Cancer. And as part of that charity marathon, which is raising money for the Canadian Cancer, it's for Canadian Cancer Relief. The exact charity is the Canadian Cancer Society. Starting on Monday, it's going to be a full week of speedruns. I will put a link to the schedule here in chat. But I want to give a quick plug because on Thursday the 17th, we actually have 2 Kaizo hacks being run as part of Game Over Cancer. We have XOXO Gossip Greg is going to be running Day in the Life, which is a Kaizo hack by... who made that, Fane?
We're just going to say Darkenine made that. But
okay, so someone named Darkenine made a hack called Day in the Life a few years ago, and Gossip Greg is going to be running it. And Fane, actually, you're on comms for that, right?
Yeah, I'm on comms for it. I have no idea why I'm on comms for something that Darkenine made, but here we are.
It's a weird coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah. For context, I am Darkenine. That is my old name.
Trust me, you've got 2 people here that have used 2 different names throughout our times in this community. Even we get confused sometimes. But that's at 7:20 p.m. Greg is going to be running a Day in the Life. Fane and Alyssa are going to be on comms for that. At 7:50, Plasma Snake, who is a really, really good runner, runs a lot of the RZ Rider hacks, the Tortured Souls hacks. Plasma Snake is going to be running Beautiful Dangerous, which is a really, really pretty hack called I Am the Ratio. By I Am the Ratio, I should say. And they will be running that right after Day in the Life, around 7:50 p.m. And yes, that is Eastern Time. Thank you, Dot, for that. Also, I have no idea what this means, but it looks like as an incentive to help raise money for charity, Plasma's going to be doing hot sauce shots. I don't know what that's going to entail. You're going to want to watch that. There's also
real quick, X-Gamer making it to Section 6, beating that Skytree.
Huge gaming. Beating the Invisible Skytree. By the way, if you tell anyone that they've beaten an Invisible Skytree, it doesn't matter how easy or hard it actually was. They're going to feel like they could take on the world. Because they probably can.
That is also correct.
Also, as part of Game Over Cancer that week, Dan the VP, a incredible friend of the Kaizo community, music maker, music porter extraordinaire, music director for the Grand Poo World hacks, will be running Shovel Knight King of Cards, which is a really fun game. Also, April 18th, Mark Alarm, the maker of Celeste.smc and several ROM hack race levels, is going to be running a 3-weapons race of Hades, where you will be able to bid on which weapons he runs as part of the 3-weapons race, and I'm actually going to be commentating for that. It's the first time. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever actually commentated a Hades run. And a little back lore about me is I'm a Hades runner. I'm a very washed Hades runner, but I am a Hades runner. I'm a Hades 2 runner, so I'm stoked to be able to commentate for one of my best friends in the community to also play Hades for charity. So that's on April 18th. I want to say it's at like 6 Eastern. All the times in that Heraro schedule are going to be converted to your local time, and all of the money raised for Game Over Cancer is going to go towards the Canadian Cancer Society. I'm going to put my flag out here on this, and this has been a passion of mine since I've started personally being more involved in communities like Frame Fatales and the Binary Breakers, and just in general working with a lot of incredible people. Kaizo is always welcome at a charity marathon. Always welcome. And if you have a Kaizo hack that you enjoy, that you can play and love playing, and can play relatively well without taking too much death on, the difference between a Kaizo speedrun and a Kaizo game played really well is basically zero. So charity marathons would love for more Kaizo to be part of them to help raise money for charity. And it's a great way for people to get out there, to share their favorite hacks, to share their favorite creators. So we have that Heraro link. Heraro is a great resource. If you ever are curious, like where are some opportunities you can go to submit to charity marathons of all shapes, sizes, and causes, feel free to reach out to one of the admins. I'm pretty well involved in a lot of them. I know Fane is involved in several communities as well. We would be happy to point you towards a marathon or a way for you to get more involved in speedrunning and showcasing Kaizo for good causes. And Lord knows we need more good things raising money for good causes in 2025. And if we can be part of that and help people raise money for causes that need it right now by playing video games we really enjoy, I think we should do it. So feel free to reach out. Feel free to ask if that's something that we can do, and if that's something you're interested in. And you don't have to be a huge streamer. You don't have to be a massive audience. You don't have to bring, hundreds and thousands of people with you. If you're good at something and you enjoy sharing it and playing it and talking about it, trust me, people would be more than happy to hear you out and consider giving you a spot on a charity event of their choice.
X-Gamer just kind of like hardcore cheesing that right there.
No joke. No joke. Okay, that's the end. I'm getting off my soapbox now. Dot, I am so sorry that you had to create a raid and then pull the raid back because I started yapping about how much charity marathons rock. We can go set up a raid now. We can all go cheer on X-Gamer on X-Gamer's channel. Fane, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Just that I want you all to keep taking care of each other, keep taking care of your communities. It's a hard time for a lot of us, as you all know. So just keep being great and keep coming out and supporting each other. And yeah, if you want to play, as BD says, if you want to play some Kaizo, show off your skills for raising some money for a good charity, I highly encourage that. I'm going to be trying to do that myself. And yeah, just thank you all for being you, and let's keep rocking it.
Exclamation point Discord to join our Discord, exclamation point website to check out romhackraces.com. Next week we have a level by Mars Ampere, which is going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss it. But the last thing I want to say is a quote from Carvel Wallace that I heard recently that made me really feel a lot of hope, which is, all of life works if enough of us protect it.
I like that.
I appreciate you all being part of this. Kaizo is art. Art can change the world. Thank you all. Let's go give X-Gamer some love. And we'll see y'all next week. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Bye for now.